Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley. I'm Steve.
I'm Scott.
And today our segment, it's a New Year's Eve Day segment.
Christmas Eve Day.
Christmas. Oh, yeah, I said New Year's. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Christmas Eve Day segment. And talking just in time for Santa and his sleigh, right? It's time to recalibrate the navigation systems on ships, airplanes, and Santa's sleigh. The position of the magnetic North Pole is officially being changed, continuing its shift away from Canada and towards Siberia. Would you like to know more?
There's not going to be any problem with Santa's sleigh. The
No.
reindeer.
Well, if he calibrated,
they're going to know where.
Otherwise he'll be off the satellite. He'll be off.
Yeah,
the
they don't need any of that.
Come
Nonsense.
on, man.
It's just they're reindeer.
You don't believe in
they're reindeer.
Christmas? You're the Grinch, man.
Oh, I do not. I do.
We'll see. We'll see
I love
tomorrow.
Santa Claus.
We'll see tomorrow on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Well, I love Santa Claus. Experts from the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the British Geological Survey have joined forces, as they do every 5 years, to produce a new, more accurate world magnetic model. While the geographical North Pole stays fixed in place at the very summit of the Earth's rotational axis, the WMM pinpoints the magnetic North Pole, where Earth's magnetic field points straight down, a perfectly vertical magnetic field.
Okay.
So magnetic north, right?
Yeah. As the iron and nickel inside our planet shift, so does Earth's magnetic field, meaning the North and South poles are also constantly on the move. That's probably from you drilling water and selling it to groundwater and selling it to.
I don't sell anything.
China.
Yeah, I
would
give it away.
Oh man. Poles are constantly on the move. If you're using a compass or a GPS system, which in the military we do, knowing exactly where these points are is crucial. You don't want to be attacking an objective and be at the wrong place.
That would not be good for the people you're attacking, right?
Brings back memories.
They're the wrong ones.
From being a cadet.
Have you ever used a GPS trying to get someplace though, and it gets you all
screwed?
Oh yeah. What a messed up deal. Anyway.
The current behavior of magnetic north, quote, is something that we have never observed before, says Global Geomagnetic Field. What? The current behavior of magnetic north is something, well, how does it behave? I mean, you look at your compass and you see it behave,
It should
right?
be constant.
Yeah. What is he talking about? Global Magnetic Field Modeler William Brown from BGS. He's a Brit. Okay. Quote, nothing against British.
No offense
there
to
are
our British
across
followers.
The pond. Right?
Yeah.
I take that back. Magnetic north has been moving slowly around Canada since the 1500s, but in the past 20 years, since Scott has been drilling water and selling it to Russia,
I don't sell anything. I give it away.
It accelerated towards Siberia, increasing in speed every year until about 5 years ago, when it suddenly decelerated from 50 to 35 kilometers per year.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That is, which is the biggest deceleration of speed we've ever seen. Wow.
Research suggests that two giant magnetic lobes, one under Canada and one under Siberia, are what's driving the shifting of magnetic north.
Oh.
Sometimes the shifts are dramatic enough that an energy update is required.
Emergency.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say?
Energy.
Yeah. Emergency update is required outside of the usual 5-year cycle. Now we have a more accurate map of magnetic north, one that should be good for another half a decade. That's not very long.
I know.
For the first time, a higher resolution map is also available, which offers more than 10 times more detail.
Ooh.
It has a spatial resolution of about 300 kilometers at the equator compared to the standard 3,300 kilometers.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
According to the BGS team, traveling 5,282 miles from South Africa to the UK in a straight line would leave you 150 kilometers off course by the end. If you use the old WMM compared to the new WMM, that's a big difference.
93 miles. If you're to the west, that's a lot of ocean.
Yeah, definitely. I can remember when we were teaching orienteering and stuff as a cadet. You're going 200 meters, 500 meters. If you're off a quarter inch, you're going to be off the objective by 100 feet, 200 feet, you know?
Yeah. Do you remember, it's probably been 10 years ago now, that flight from Malaysia.
Yeah,
MH370 or something like that.
370. Yeah,
370.
They're resuming the search.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we should do a segment on that. That was one of their speculations at first, was that maybe he got off course somehow. I think the guy ditched the plane.
But it was pinging satellites, but depending on, well, we'll do a segment on that.
Yeah,
it's
very
interesting.
I think he ditched the plane. I think he committed pilot suicide.
Pilot suicide.
Yeah, that's what I think. But
I mean, it was going for so long.
Not.
But it was pinging for so long, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Where'd it go?
And then he waited and then ditched.
That was a huge plane.
I know.
Where do you hide that thing?
Well, it's out in the middle of the ocean. It's not like there's a city,
floating city
that traffic controllers.
That's why I think he ditched it. I think he ditched it in the ocean. Just.
All right. Okay. We'll take that up on another.
Yeah.
We'll argue and fight on another.
Next year we'll cover that.
Next year.
That is fascinating, and I feel very sorry for all those families that were involved in that.
I feel sorry involvement, but they don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
That's the worst.
They need closure.
Part.
They definitely need closure.
Yeah. That's how much difference it can make. And mapping and logistics companies, together with governments and official agencies, will now be making updates. However, we won't have to apply any updates to our own phones or sat navs. It'll all happen automatically.
Sure it will. Just like those updates, those operating system updates, right?
Right.
The magnetic North Pole was first discovered by Sir James Clark Ross in northern Canada back in 1831. Wow, we know something else that happened about that same time. Since then, researchers have gradually been able to track it with more precision, using ground measurements taken all across the globe, as well as reading from satellites in space.
Yeah, so crazy. It's on the move.
Crazy. It is crazy. That just, I mean, I remember that. I remember taking orienteering and map reading in when I was at Boy Scouts, and our leaders would say, magnetic north,
true north,
never
magnetic
change. Will never change.
I guess in our lifetime.
That's been debunked, I guess. So
yeah, it's definitely on the move. Sorry I didn't show these slides earlier, folks, but here they are. Yeah,
pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it is fascinating that we know. We did a segment on how far away from you get from the sun, the tilt, and everything, and the angles. But these poles are going to change in maybe a million years. It might be over London. The magnetic north.
Oh gosh.
In a million years.
Yeah,
that's
we
the
won't
Earth.
have to worry about that. At least I won't.
We are eternal beings. Yeah. We'll be able to watch that from afar.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, folks. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you this afternoon. We'll give you our New Year's Eve report.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve report.
You tell me. You say I don't like.